Oh, well, what do you know? My camera is working a little bit better now. Um, don't know why, uh, but I decided I'm just gonna make this super late stream. Uh, oh, thank you for whoever gave me the like. Really appreciate it. Ah, there's at least one person watching. Well, I know there was some news that I wanted to talk about that was interesting. Um, there's a player for the. Yeah, Steve. Um, yeah, it was a crazy night, man. It was cool hanging out with you guys on your stream. Uh, I just want to. Well, first, I just want to get something perfectly clear. Um, I mean, it's just like what Steve said. I got no problem with anybody. I just like to make jokes. I like to be weird sometimes. I got no problem with anybody. Uh, and as somebody who's on the spectrum, I have no problem with people making jokes about it or even making jokes about me. It's only when it doesn't really come off like a joke. Like, I have no problem with like really messed up jokes. I have no problem with like really messed up jokes, even when uh, some people can't handle it. It's only when I feel like once that joke is made, that like aside from the joke, when you're not only making a joke about me, but you're just overall just being like really weird and disrespectful. I don't know, man. It's complicated. Like I said, I don't even really like talking about Chino. I mean, I respect him enough that I won't talk about him, and I doubt he talks about me. And even if he does, I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not going to give him any more satisfaction because I got no problem with people going in and saying whatever they want about me. But the anger and frustration that he had that made it come off less like he was joking and more like I really can't stand, because like if he just made that joke, it would be one thing. But it's like you made a joke about me, and then you were all like, screw this kid. This guy sucks. You know what I mean? So I'm not having that, man. I'm trying to just have fun like anybody else. And thank you, Almighty CR21, and of course Steve, who just had. So, anyways, what else is going on in the? So one of the things I heard about in the news was that there's apparently a football player by the name of Devin Funches. I probably messed up his last name, but he apparently said a slur that was anti-Asian. Um, and he of course apologized for it. Yeah, don't worry, man. I'll set up my Twitter right meow. Uh, so yeah, that was crazy, man. That was that was a crazy night. So as far as my thoughts about like the whole slur stuff, um, the best way I can describe how I feel about that is like Dave Chappelle talking about how back when he was a kid, when the Challenger exploded on television, the teacher was like, "You guys can all go home," because it was so shocking. So it's kind of like what Dave Chappelle said. Back when he was a kid, when the Challenger blew up, that was like such a shocking, catastrophic thing to happen. However, nowadays with technology, it's like the Challenger blows up every day. So how can I really be surprised if somebody said anti-Asian slurs, somebody said something racist about black people, a shooting happened, a policeman got killed, somebody shot a policeman shot somebody. Uh, how can I really be shocked when we're in a point in time where you can get every piece of information, you know, like clockwork than we ever could back in the day. So, I mean, I guess that's really what I gotta say as far as that. Um, but on a more less depressing note, I guess I'll go ahead and I'll give my thoughts on some of the releases from NXT. Even though I don't really have a whole lot to say other than just like what I said to my good buddy Christopher Segovia on the Don Tony show. Hopefully, wherever they are, wherever they go, that they're going to be happy. They're going to succeed in wherever they go. Uh, yeah, that's all I hope for. I just hope that wherever any of these guys are going, that things go well for them. It definitely is kind of crazy. Like Bronson Reed, for example, like that guy went from having a matchup with like Adam Cole to all of a sudden then he gets released. That was certainly pretty shocking, to say the least, that he got a release. And then Mercedes Martinez, who I didn't really see a whole lot recently, but that was another kind of just like, wow, really? She's also getting released? And I'm going to look up some other. Who else was released? U.S. women beat Japan. Oh, wow. 13 NXT stars. 13 NXT stars. I did not know that. 13 NXT stars were released. Yep, Bobby Fish, who once again, very surprising, did not see that coming. I thought to myself, like, he's getting released? Wasn't he kind of like feuding with Roderick Strong for a minute? So Bobby Fish, Bronson Reed, Jake Atlas, um, and really, excuse me, those are about the only people that I really know. I don't really know a whole lot of other people there. I don't really know too much about Giant Zangier, Asher Hale, Zechariah Smith, Tyler Rust. I mean, a little bit. Stephon Smith, nope. Leon Ruff, kind of. Kona Reeves, kind of. Wait, no. Sterling, no. Jake Atlas, yeah. But I don't really know a whole lot about those guys. But then again, it was also just kind of like, an out of nowhere, just coincidence that Bray Wyatt would also get released. Even though, he was like like one of the big talked about names for a minute or so. And all of a sudden it gets released. I guess I'll go ahead and see if there's any more news. I am glad though that I decided to go and do a live stream, because I know that was the main thing that a lot of people, when I did a poll for my YouTube channel, that people want to see me do two things. They want drawings, which I am going to do. In fact, me and my buddy Nick, we saw Kill Bill, and I thought that was specifically the sequel, because we already seen the first one a while back at my house. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and maybe try to attempt to draw her tomorrow or today, considering how it's already Sunday. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna attempt to draw her, and then show that on my YouTube channel, and then of course bring that to Twitter as well. So I'm gonna do that, and when am I gonna do a live stream again? Not exactly sure when I'm gonna do another live stream again. I mean, I definitely usually do these, obviously not every day, and I do them when my parents are gone. So, so maybe tomorrow when I wake up and my parents, are at work, maybe then I will put up a stream. Only time will tell. And if I don't do a stream, then I'll just make it up for another drawing. But I'm gonna, do everything that I can in order to, rock on, Steve. But I'm gonna do everything that I can in order to provide, those two things that I know that, from what the poll showed, that a lot of people want me to do when it comes to my channel. Because that's what I wanted. Because that's really what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to not only get out as much content as possible, but I'm also making sure. Yeah, Steve, no doubt. Would love to do a podcast. Some exposure. Thank you again for putting my name on like, the channels to follow. Really appreciate it, man. Uh, yeah, man, that would be awesome to do a podcast. I'd really, really think that would get some good buzz, some good publicity. And of course, make sure to follow for any of you guys that are new to my channel. Please go ahead and follow my Twitter as well at Toothless Boy or at Toothless Boy 1. Probably, no, scratch that. Make sure to just go to at Toothless Boy. You can follow me on at Toothless Boy 1. That's fine too. But the first one that I made is the one that I am more care about more, because that one is not only a profile that I had longer, but because I had it longer, there's more followers to it. And I know that when you get to 1,000 followers, then you can get monetized. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get as many followers as I can on that profile, so I can get monetization from there, and then work on my YouTube channel and keep building that up, and then even go to my Facebook and try to get that. Christel, just search Christel Rosa, and if you see a picture of Star Wars or it's for any of you AVGN fans out there, it will have a picture of the angry video game nerd with a bunch of Star Wars characters from when he did all the Star Wars games. So if you go ahead and you do that, so please go ahead and check that out as well, because I have a movie review page that I also have been working on for a while, that I kind of haven't been doing as much because I was told by my parents that I shouldn't continue with that, because I had to like basically deactivate it, because that was just a very weird point, very weird point in my life, kind of like it is now. Just like just like right now on Twitter, I just have these moments though where I just feel like what am I doing with my life? Like nothing. You just get those moments where you just feel really, really down. And I just had a lot more of those moments at that time. But luckily, I managed to get my old profile back somehow. It just popped out of nowhere, literally. So now I'm going to, so now I got my movie reviews on Facebook that I'm going to, go back to doing. I got my YouTube channel with the live streams and the drawings. Of course, got 100 subs, just like Steve said. Thank you again. And I got around 600 or so followers on Twitter. So we're getting there. Still got to take a while. Still gonna take a while before we get to like 1,000, but I'm just gonna be as patient as I can. But yeah, maybe even Almighty, thank you once again. Thank you again, Almighty. Really, really appreciate it. Appreciate the love, because as much as I'm here to just put out content and hopefully try to get paid. With getting to like 1,000 subscribers and on my channel. I'm also just here to. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Totally, man. I will certainly go to your channel when I have time. Thank you again for subbing to my channel as well. Um, yeah, I guess there's. I guess I can go ahead. I can see what else is going on right now. Um, Rebel Wilson's fans are attacking her with fire emojis after her new bikini Instagram pic. Huh. I mean, I don't really. And then again, I don't know why I brought that up because I don't really care about that. Other than, I will definitely say that props to Rebel Wilson and her transformation. She's definitely unrecognizable than she was in like 2011, 2013. So good for her, you know. I mean, it's what we're all trying to do. I know I am. Just cut back on, just cut back on as much, junk as you can, and and try to remember that it's all the dopamine, man. It's all the dopamine. Because we all know, for those of you who don't know, dopamine is the reason why when you order a pizza, you don't just have one slice, you have two slices, you have three slices, and four slices, six slices, five slices, seven slices. You just have a bunch of slices because it's just all take and no give. You don't really have to do anything. You just have to eat the pizza. You just have to consume it and let it digest in your stomach. That's all you got to do. It's no different to me than like, for example, as big of a Spider-Man fan as I am, um, Eddie Brock doesn't really need to do anything as far as the Venom. Doesn't really need to do anything with the Venom inside of him or the symbiote. He just, needs to just, let it go ahead and control him and destroy everything in his path. That's all he has to do. So, the same way Mr. Hyde, same way Dr. Jekyll just has to let Mr. Hyde just go ahead and just cause destruction and terrorize everyone and assault women. If that makes any sense to me, dopamine and or just like the addiction to whether it's food or alcohol or even sex is no different than that of a supervillain and their split personalities or split personalities in general. Because again, it's all take and no give. But thank you again for the 101 subscribers. But that's the way I see it. Obviously, it's just like with, for example, another one you could take as the Incredible Hulk and Bruce Banner. Um, Obviously, Bruce Banner doesn't want to turn into the Hulk, but sometimes somebody just keeps on just getting in his space and annoying him and making him angry. And sometimes you just can't help it because he's just so stressed out. And sometimes, I'm the same way. Sometimes I just get so stressed out. It's like, screw it. But luckily, I am starting to realize more of like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to, just have more than one slice? It's really worth it to have like two or three. No, it's not. It's because I really, it is true that when you are actually, you know, working out and trying to lose weight, it does make you feel better, make you feel more confident about yourself, especially when you're actually losing it. So I just want to, continue from there and just see something different in myself, because I feel like I've always looked the same. Queen's Brian May comments on Eric Clapton's different views, calls anti-vaxxers fruitcakes. Now that is hilarious. That one of the members of Queen of all bands would call somebody a fruitcake, and it's like, wow, that's hilarious. Anti-vaxxers fruitcakes. Hmm. How ironic, considering that he was in a very predominantly gay rock band, an iconic one, nevertheless, but still. Uh, 30 most iconic now. So, speaking of Simone Biles, let me make something perfectly clear. Rick, no, not Rick. Charlotte Flair and or Max Caster, neither of them to me honestly made me go, oh my god, I can't believe they would say that about Simone Biles. Or I can't believe they said that. But I also wasn't like, oh, this is the best promo I ever seen. I mean, I think both of them, were just, were just cheap and didn't really take a whole lot of work and effort to it. But I don't know. To me, like, I don't really think anything of them other than they happened and it was all right. I mean, I honestly like Cena's raps better, and I know that on Steve Callan's show, me and Datilla kind of had a little bit of a discussion about that. Um, I don't know. To me, I don't really see anything. And I even remember on the Don Tony show, somebody said that Cena said some worse things in his raps. And to me, the only worst thing that Cena ever said, even though I didn't think it was really that bad in hindsight, especially considering the time that it happened, because, okay, so remember that promo that he made to The Undertaker for Vengeance 2003? And he said that he'll go Waco on his ass like a Branch Davidian. Well, and that was in 2003. The Waco, Texas fire was 10 years old by that point. It was already a decade. He was talking about something that happened 10 years ago. And honestly, I think there are plenty of rappers out there that have said just as worse things and have been around the rap game longer. And that if they reacted to the raps that Cena and Max Caster made, they would be all like, that's cute. You know, these guys, they're real cute. They say like these adorable little things, you know. They're so innocent. They don't know anything about truly crossing a line. And I agree. I don't know. To me, they didn't really offend me. They didn't offend me back then. They don't offend me now. I don't even have a problem with Cena saying, like those things about Eddie Guerrero. Like, there was another moment that he said something, but I can't remember what it was. Hmm. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what was the last thing that Cena said that. I mean, he said it a little bit. What did he say? Oh, yeah, I used to love Lucy, but hated Ricky Ricardo. So that was one of the things I remember him saying. He even said outside of that, he said the Buccaneers are queer. I'd rather cheer for the Patriots. Cheer for the Patriots. But to me, again, like, I mean, I guess you could say that Cena, yeah, he said some more like edgier things, I guess. But I don't know how edgy they are, considering how when I listen to them, I just think they're funny. I mean, he was a bad guy at that point. He wasn't supposed to make you cheer for him. He was supposed to make you angry at him. But I wasn't. And nobody really was. But I guess, that's just like how I feel about the ruthless aggression era and the attitude era in general. There's really nothing that I've seen within those eras that truly made me think like everybody else. And that's like, oh my God, this is so crazy. This could never happen today. I mean, maybe, but it wasn't really that problematic to me. I've heard worse. I've seen worse outside of wrestling. So he went ahead and he said some things. Big whoop. To me, Max Caster and Cena are nothing compared to what many other rappers that I've listened to. And heck, even comedians. But that's just my personal opinion. Just like I don't think the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era is as edgy as people made it out to be. Yeah, I said that too. And again, just my opinion. To me, I don't think there's really any point within the WWE that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, I like Cena's promos better when he was rapping. The point is, to me, I never really considered the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era, either of them, to truly be as edgy as people made them out to be. They were entertaining, to me, but I don't know. To me, like, I just don't find them to be as edgy as people made them out to be, or at least enough to where uh, news sites even back then were saying, "How dare you talk about?" No, not how dare you, saying, "Oh, give me a break! Give me a break, Steve, with that crap." Yeah, a live sex celebration that really had no sex beyond the fact that they were nude. It was in a hockey arena. It was super cold, and the only thing we got was maybe a nip slip for 1 second. Give me a break. They did not have sex. It was implied. And then Cena went and gave the FU, and oh my god. Am I speaking Chinese right now? Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Am I speaking Chinese right now? Am I? That's just one thing I just seem to notice every single time I ever go ahead and say something. And that's not a speculation. Oh, look, I'm just saying, I don't. Even when people go ahead and say that. Oh my. Oh my god. uh, seriously, it's like, even during the UPN days, SmackDown, I kid you not, had a TV PG rating. This was before 2008. Again, I already know that if I went ahead and I especially said this in front of like a bunch of people that used to be wrestling fans 10 to 20 years ago, they would say, "You don't know what you're talking about. That was back when." And it's like, what does that have to do with anything? Or like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. That was different. Okay, Steve, but here's the thing. Okay, yes. That, me saying like, "Oh, it's not as bad as people make it out to be," that's an opinion. When I say that SmackDown, until it went to pay-per-view, always had a TV PG rating even before 2008. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. It's not an opinion, it's not an assumption, it's a fact. Read Mick Foley's book, The Real World is Faker Than Wrestling. He legit says, are you listening to me? Not you, Steve. I'm talking to the haters right now. Are you listening right now? Raw was TV 14. SmackDown always had a PG rating. Okay. Again, not an opinion. That's a fact. There are literally pictures that show that. But apparently, nobody wants to recognize that. Everybody seems to say there was the golden era, there was the new generation era, there was the attitude era, there was the aggression era, and then they just say the PG era. Well, you know what? To me, I like to say it went from the golden era, new generation era, attitude era, ruthless aggression era, revolution era. See? Sounds better than PG era, reality era, new era. Seriously, that's how stupid is it that you can come up with so many other eras, like names for other eras, but you can't come up with the name for this era beyond those names? It's the revolutionary era to me. And that is an opinion. That's not a fact. That's an opinion. And where are my manners? There, the Swerve Show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all give a hand. Hold on. I don't know why it won't let me. Ah, well, that's weird. For some reason, it won't let me tag you at the Swerve Show. So I guess I'll just. Okay. So I'll just say it right there. Again, it's all speculation. People can say the same thing about the ruthless aggression era, considering the controversy that was going on at the time, like in 2004, how things literally were toned down because not only of the FCC, but because in 2004 there was that Super Bowl moment where Janet Jackson, she accidentally had her one breast exposed, and all of a sudden everything within television was on watch. And once again, that is not an opinion. That's a fact. But I'm not going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about that. I'm just honestly tired of hearing about stuff like that in general. Wrestling is wrestling to me. Say whatever you want. It's the Snowflake era. It's this, it's that. Because in many ways, you can say that really about almost any era. Fight me if you disagree with that. Because controversy is something that's been around with wrestling for years. And once again, that is no different than when they were the new generation era. What else is going on in the news? Huh. Oh snap! The Steelers, yeah, they got the win again. Swerve Show, go ahead. You want to say this is the excuse era, then go right on ahead. But if you think about it, if you look at your history, you can say the same thing about the things that they were censoring in the Attitude Era. You can say the same thing about the things that they were censoring or got in trouble with the Ruthless Aggression Era. You can even say the same things that were going on in the Golden Era that people can go and say, well, why would they censor that? What a bunch of snowflakes. For example, how ironic is it that if you look at today on AEW, they were able to have Chris Jericho versus Nick Gage in a death match, light tubes and all, despite the Domino's controversy. But in 1989 Clash of Champions, Ric Flair putting a bag over his head, getting a bag put over his head by Terry Funk. Oh my God. Don't ever show that again. Hulk Hogan is overrated. I don't even know why I said that. But it's just like it. Then again, why not? Because I really do sometimes feel like it almost reminds me of like when V Infuso, when he made that video about the height of Hulkamania, and no matter what he was saying that made sense, everybody else was like, V, you have no idea what you're talking about. Hulk Hogan is amazing. But okay. All right. Go ahead. Oh, or like Ultimate Warrior fan mail. Let's see. What kind of movie news is going on right now? Thank you again, by the way, for the 4 people that are now watching. I'm pretty sure they're from there. I can only imagine if maybe one of them is from Steve's chat. Always a pleasure, to have really um, anyone here. Here, whether you're from Steve's show or Joe's show, it's always a pleasure. Suicide Squad director James Gunn reveals the one character he couldn't kill off, thinking that it would make his DC movie too dark. What? Thank you, Steve. But what? So James Gunn, who made an and then there were one and now there is one. James Gunn. James Gunn, ladies and gentlemen, who made an R-rated Suicide Squad movie. Didn't want a specific character to die because he thought it would make the DC movie too dark. You have an R-rated, not a PG-13, an R-rated DC Comics movie, and you didn't want to kill one specific character because you thought it would be too dark. In your R-rated DC Comics movie about the Suicide Squad, the same group of superheroes, no, supervillain, a group of supervillains have to do missions, and if they fail to do so, if they try to escape, then their heads will explode. You didn't want to kill one specific person in a Suicide Squad movie that's rated R? You okay, and I'm sure that the Suicide Squad movie is good, but I don't understand. I just I don't understand though, Steve. Why is the latest Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn is directing that has an R rating? Why is there apparently one character in this R-rated DC movie about the Suicide Squad, a film where James Gunn doesn't want a specific character killed because he thinks it would make it too dark, in an R-rated DC Comics Suicide Squad movie? Now, if it was PG-13, okay, that makes sense. But you have an R rating, and it's about the Suicide Squad. And you still don't want one character to die because you don't want it to be dark. You see how much sense that makes? None. Zero. Now, does that mean that I will not want to see this movie? Of course I want to see this movie. John Cena is going to be in it and he plays Peacemaker. Why not? That's just crazy that it's a movie with an R rating. It's a DC Comics movie with an R rating about a Suicide Squad, hence the title. And James Gunn didn't want specific, didn't that, was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna make it R rating. It's gonna be the Suicide Squad. We're gonna talk about those guys, but ooh, even though we are at R rating, I don't want one character, but I don't want it to be too dark. But I don't want it to be too dark though. I want to kill off everybody else, but not one person, because I don't want it to be too dark. So what? If you killed off this character that you didn't want to kill off, Mr. Gunn, are you saying it would have went from an R rating to an NC-17? Again, makes no sense. But hey, logic. Uh, yeah, I can't see him either. Oh, and what do you know? They're doing a reboot of the Scorpion King. Yay! They're gonna be doing a reboot of the Scorpion King. Woo! Can't wait for that. Whee! Holy gefilte fish! They're making another Scorpion King movie, as if the first one was such a masterpiece. As if the first one was such an amazing film that we just had to make another one. Let's see here. Oh, of course, Halloween Ends is going to be coming out soon. Wait a minute. During a recent panel, Halloween Ends is going to start filming on January 10th, 2022. Huh? As if we need any more Halloween movies. Let's see here. What else? What else? As if once again we need more of those movies. And I like Halloween. I like Halloween, even when it's not that good. Same thing with the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, even those. Except for Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. I'm never going to see that one. That one, no. No Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger? Not happening. Uh, B&B announces fundraising stream with LGBTQ plus charity mermaids. Um, oh, Good for them. Charity mermaids and the LGBTQ community. Uh, Alrighty then. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that even for all the kids that not only aren't allowed to, read Deadpool, let alone watch him, I'm sure somewhere out there are some kids that still love Deadpool regardless. And some people are going to say, yeah, those are called the irresponsible ones. Mm, I mean, there's so much worse things to ever show your children, I guarantee you, than Deadpool or even Nick Gage and Chris Jericho in AEW. Ryan Reynolds, good actor. Yep. Avatar 5 script left Stephen Lang weeping. You know, I honestly feel like weeping too because why are they making another Avatar movie? Why would you do that? Why would you make another Avatar movie? Nobody cares about Avatar. Except for Avatar The Last Airbender, which, do I have the Blu-ray? I have it around here somewhere. Excusez-moi. Aha! Right here. Avatar, the movie directed by James Cameron, the one about the blue people. But of course, this one is not about the blue people. It is not only it's not only not about the blue people, but unlike the blue people movie, it's awesome. Avatar: The Last Airbender. 12-year-old Aang, the Avatar, has to master all four elements: water, earth, fire, air, all that jazz, along with Sokka and Katara, and they have to go against the Fire Nation, and then, of course, along the way, they meet more friends. They meet a blind girl who can earthbend, and of course, the evil Prince Zuko is the Fire Lord's son, and just get this Blu-ray. Get the Blu-ray of Avatar: Last Airbender complete series. If you haven't seen it, if you have, like me and Steve obviously have, but for those of you who are new to Avatar: The Last Airbender, even if you haven't seen it in years and you've already seen the show or you don't know what it is, either way, get this Blu-ray, watch the whole series, have a good time. Excellent cartoon. But Yeah. So Avatar 5. I didn't even know there was an Avatar 5. Oh, hey Steve, you're gonna like this one. Marvel just gave part of Canada to an X-Men supervillain, Omega Red. Omega Red has been an X-Men villain for years, but now he has become the ruler of his own country in the middle of the Canadian wilderness. It is definitely worth watching again. Whew, jeez, please. Wonder Woman's new love interest shares her forgotten power. Spoiler alert, it's me that she loves. If you know what I mean. Anyways. Cobra Kai, do or die. Cobra Kai Season 4's December release is great news for Season 5. Yeah, the next season coming in December, so not too far off. Gene Hackman retired from acting. I did not know that. A new Iron Man / Green Lantern hybrid revealed by DC Comics. And let's go ahead and let's see. Let's look into this a little bit more. The Miz in the show Supernatural in season 11. Hold on, hold on. Um, Dang it! I can't find it. For some reason. No, not my Gene Hackman. Tired from acting. Oh yeah, here it is. The new Iron Man Green Lantern hybrid. In the latest issue of DC's Green Lantern, Simon Baz has created a new suit of armor like Iron Man to replace his uncharged power ring. Oh, whatever, Steve. Like anybody else doesn't. Besides, I'm just. Besides, I just do it in order to make. I do it just to make people laugh, okay? It's a gimmick. It's a character. Okay, no, it's not. No, wait, yes, it is. It's a character. It's a gimmick. Okay. No, it's not. It's not a gimmick. It's not a character. Okay. Kevin Smith teases return to movies in new Clerks 3 set photo. Kevin Smith teases the return of Movie's restaurant in a new photo from the set of the long-awaited Clerks 3, which recently began production. Kevin Smith almost wait, no, not that's not Kevin Smith. That's let me see. Who is that supposed to be? Brian O'Halloran. Brian O'Halloran, honest to God, reminds me. Uh, Second thought, I don't know. Almost kind of like a younger Tony Schiavone. Mm, could be wrong. For some reason, that's just what I thought of when I thought of O'Halloran from the Clerks movies. Mario Dawson is also going to be back in the movie. Better yet, let's check out some Star Wars news. That should be interesting. Yeah, so everybody does. Everybody does. Okay? Ha ha! Ha 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 ha. Stop making me blush, Steven. Jeez, please. Okay? You know what? I don't even care. Okay? I'll even admit that, yeah, I have a crush on Tegan Knox, even though, you know, hey, no, she's gay, and I'm proud of her, good for her, wish nothing but the best for her. That doesn't mean that, that I mean, I don't know. I'm glad that she is. There's just something about her, that just, I just think about her. She's just cute. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I'm just digging myself even deeper, aren't I? Anyways, now with that all settled, the new R2D2 Tamagotchi is here to be your droid buddy. Huh, Tamagotchis are back in style. Create the Armorer's Mandalorian Forge in Lego Brick exclusive reveal. Oh, yeah, that is awesome. This is the way indeed, folks. If only you guys could see right now the Armorer's Mandalorian Forge. Oh, it's just like I'm watching the series right now. I am so geeking out right now over this Mandalorian Forge. This is so cool. Mm. And for anybody that's going back to school, let's look at our the Star Wars Back to School shopping guide. Okay, so not that. Oh wow, that is a awesome notebook that has the Millennium Falcon, Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. Stormtrooper Windbreaker. What? So it's a hoodie. The hoodie, and let's see, we got oh, we got some retro Star Wars action figures from Tees from Impact Merchandising. Some AirPod cases, but with Stormtrooper helmets. A tote bag with Princess Leia. I just had something in my eye. Okay, so, I mean, hey, who didn't? Who didn't, you know? Carrie Fisher, 1977. I mean, come on. I definitely do have to watch The Bad Batch. Uh, let's see. All right. Good night, Steve. I'm probably gonna clock out myself. Um, thank you once again for all watching right now. Um, I guess I'll try to find maybe one more piece of news. U.S. rallies to top China in Tokyo Olympics gold medal tally. So good to hear. Good to hear about that. You know, the good old U.S. of A. So, guys, hope you guys had a nice night. Had some good laughs. Because I sure did. I know Steve definitely did. So I'm gonna clock out myself. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of other people out there that are pretty tired right now. I don't know how you guys do it. Joe, Steve, Garguts, Jake, Spaz, Phoenix. How do you guys do it, man? How do you guys do it? How do you guys do it? How do you manage to Drew, how do you guys manage to do that? How do you guys manage to do like these super like long streams for like 2, 3, 5, sometimes 6 hours? Well, I don't know if anybody's gone 6 hours, but 2 to 3 hours, that's insane. I always thought like, oh, I could do that. I could do 2 hours, but I mean, heck, it's already been 1 hour, 18 minutes, 30 seconds, now going on to 40. And I'm already super tired right now. I'm tuckered out, so I think I'm probably just gonna. I just want to go ahead and just thank everybody. Thank you, Steve Callan. Thank you, Almighty CR21. Thank you, Swerve Show. Thank you for everyone that came here. Check out my stream. Hope you guys all had a good time, had some good laughs. I know I did. So, as usual, I'm going to, of course, say to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're new, Chris Skywalker on YouTube. Not the one from basketball, but of course the one that now has 102 2 subs because you guys are awesome. So yeah, 102 subscribers. Can't miss me. So like, share, subscribe, spread the word. I got a Discord as well if you ever want to join that. But more importantly, yeah, if you want to, like, share, subscribe to my channel, and at Toothless Boy, which right now has, let me see right now. Let me see it. 635 followers. So, oh, snap. I just remembered. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this right now. So, go to @MattAllen2002 on Twitter and follow me there so we can hit that 1,000. Thank you for watching. Wait, hold on. So, 635 followers so far on Twitter. So keep going there. Oh, and of course, I cannot forget my good friends. Make sure to, of course, follow the one, the only Steve Callan. Casey is raw. Gatekeeper Drew. In fact, I'll even. Drew. Break from harsh truth. EJ. And Honey Goat. So, as I have right here, follow. Oh, and of course, cannot forget about Iceman Defoe and Charlene. So, please make sure to go and follow, of course, not only my channel, check out all these channels as well. Steve Callan, Gatekeeper Drew, Frank from the Harsh Truth, Gina J, the Horny Goat Crew. Wait, Steve Callan, Gatekeeper Drew, Frank from the Harsh Truth, Gina J, the Horny Goat Crew, OK Fabe Connor, Joe Cronin, Jake DeMarco, Garguts, Nikki J, the Almighty CR21, and Swerve Show, Heistman Defoe and Charlene, and Casey is raw. All I gotta say, until next time.